evening. I'm Micah Mater.
I'm Ray Cortopassi.
We are following breaking news out of New York City. Family members telling WGN the pilot killed in yesterday's deadly helicopter crash is from the Chicago area.
36-year-old Sean Keith Johnson had recently relocated to New York, and WGN's Angelica Sanchez joins us live from the vertiport in Chicago with the very latest now. Angelica?
Ray and Micah, we're learning that Sean Keith Johnson began his aviation career shortly after his service with the U.S. Navy. His wife telling us that right now loved ones are working on bringing his body home to Chicago, where he will be laid to rest. Divers continue their search on the Hudson River, the site of Thursday's deadly crash.
The wreckage exam began this morning. Our team began pulling components and the engine off the wreckage and other components that they would like to more closely examine.
The sightseeing helicopter flew from the west side of Manhattan around 3 p.m. Thursday, the flight lasting less than 20 minutes before breaking apart midair. WGN has confirmed the pilot killed was Chicago native Sean Keith Johnson. He was 36 years old. His wife telling us over the phone loved ones are now trying to figure out how to bring his body back home to Chicago, where they plan to lay him to rest. Johnson transitioned to aviation after a career in the Navy.
I even tried to call him, and it goes straight to voicemail. Straight to his voicemail.
One of our former WGN Skycam pilots was friends with Johnson. He says the two met at Chicago Vertiport when Johnson worked for Fly Heli. He describes Johnson as someone with an incredible sense of humor and a great person to have a conversation with.
Good guy. Just funny guy to me.
In a statement online, the flight's operator, New York Helicopter, says it is profoundly saddened by the tragic accident and loss of life, adding that the safety and well-being of passengers and crew has always been the cornerstone of our operations.
The New York Police Department is still diving for components and pieces of the helicopter that we are still looking to recover. Those include the main rotor, the main transmission, the roof structure, and the tail structure, and we appreciate all of their hard work.
The Spanish family killed on board have also been identified as 49-year-old Agustin Escobar, his 39-year-old wife Merce Montal, and their 3 children, 4-year-old Victor, 8-year-old Mercedes, and 10-year-old Augustine. Friday would have been Mercedes' 9th birthday.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, blessing, salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you I say shalom. And a lot of judgment is taking place in the earth. It's a lot of plane crashes and helicopter crashes that's taking place more than ever now. Really got to be circumspect when flying, because these planes and helicopters are crashing. Okay? This is NBCnews.com. Hudson River helicopter crash, 6 dead after aircraft goes down in New York City. A family from Spain was on a sightseeing tour over the city when the aircraft plummeted into the water. A pilot was also killed. What we know, 6 people, 3 adults and 3 children died this afternoon when a helicopter crashed in the Hudson River in Manhattan. The victims, including a family from Spain, have not been identified. The helicopter lost control shortly after it turned at the George Washington Bridge to move along the New Jersey shoreline, officials said. The cause is under investigation. A video on social media shows the helicopter plummeting from the sky directly into the river. Trump called the crash terrible on Truth Social and said the footage of the accident is horrendous. So, this judgment taking place in the earth, man. Okay? And remember what the scriptures say. This is Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay, that's why it's important to fear Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. It's very important to, to fear the God of spirits. He's the Father of spirits. Okay, and his will be done. Okay, he kill, he make alive, he wound and he heal. That is a power to fear. Okay, judgment taking place in the earth. So it's very important to fear Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. It's very important to obey Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, because there's many ways to die, and our life is like a vapor. James 4, verse 13. Go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow, we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Right, because tomorrow's not promised. That's why it's very important to be focused in that day, to be focused on that day, because tomorrow's not promised. Within that day, it's enough evils that's sufficient anyway. Okay, our life is like a vapor. One moment you're here, and the next moment you're not. And it's gonna be more plane crashes in the upcoming days, and more helicopter crashes. It's gonna be to the point a lot of you people, you're gonna be very scared to fly. So we definitely have to stay prayed up because you just never know when Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai require your spirit. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Racha Kodash Shalom.